Today we have a simple but fun game for you and a quick little review. While looking for the misadventures of Trombone on the PlayStation Store, I stumbled onto this game, Dragon Beat Legend of Pinball. From what I've found online, it was released sometime in 1997 exclusively over in Japan on the original PlayStation. It was developed by a company called Map Japan, and it's a simplistic, if not generic, pinball game. It's a fun pinball game though, but don't expect Devil's Crush or Alien Crush. It's fun, but just never gets to that level of being something special or more, like those two TurboGrafx-16 pinball games did way back when. There are 3 tables present, and all 3 are rather simplistic in design. There's no scrolling or other special effects to speak of in terms of general play. While you can trigger certain events where monsters may walk on the screen or ships may appear for you to target and hit with a ball, for the most part there isn't really much life in these tables. And that's a little bit of a shame when you compare it to some of the other 16-bit and 32-bit offerings out there. Some of the pinball games I've already reviewed, for example, on the Sega Saturn, are much better in comparison to something like this. Now that said, the tables do have a kind of cool look to them. It's just that I find them a little bit too small for my liking. The ball movement can also feel a little bit sporadic at times, and the physics aren't always consistent. I've played where the ball appeared to be coming down to the bottom of the table only for it to veer off and go against gravity. I've also had the ball hit the pit lanes by the bumper many times in a row, which never would have happened in real life. Now I guess at this point you're all thinking, wow, this is a garbage game, but the truth is there's actually a little bit of charm to this game. For example, I like how when you trigger certain sequences, the game has a voice actor that comes out and reads which new gameplay mode you've just unlocked. And speaking of which, there are some fun and creative objectives here. I think the biggest problem I have is that the tables often feel just way too restrictive and generic, like I've said several times already. The audio also feels very repetitious, which is a shame as the audio can have quite a big impact on the pinball game. There are only a handful of audio clips that recycle almost constantly when you hit certain spots on the tables. If you want to listen to a new song, you have to hit a certain score on the table, and if you can't chain together good combos, well, you could wait for over an hour before you hear a new song, and that's a little bit tedious. Considering the low asking price of only $6 for the game, I figured it was worth the download, and well, it was. I spent a couple hours with the game, and I don't regret my purchase whatsoever. And especially considering this is a Japanese exclusive, I had never played it before, and it's always fun discovering new games. And if you're worried that this was a Japanese exclusive, fear not. The game is entirely in English, so you can easily pick it up and play. If you enjoy pinball games, you might want to give this one a try, only because it was never released outside Japan until a couple of years ago as part of the PlayStation 1 Classics line. Given the price, it's worth a couple of hours of fun.